On today's episode, we're gonna modify my cross member. One of the common problem you get when you get those crazy angle kit like that beautiful Just Engineering is steering lock. So when you're full steer at the maximum, you will have your tie rods end getting really straightened, and there will be too much straights toward the center pivot point of the knuckle. So just to show you, now I'm full lock at the maximum and I struggle to bring back the steering. I'm like trying to bring back the steering and it's really like almost stuck. See, I'm turning at the maximum and you can see it's hard to to bring it back. So to fix that, you need to forward the rack toward the center line of your pivot point. So if it was like a BMW and the rack is in the front, it will be the opposite. You need to backward the rack toward the center of the pivot point. So can you imagine while you're drifting, the rear wheel pushing and the weight of the engine on the car will be much more harder to actually turn the wheels after getting locked. Even I did actually forward the steering rack of this one. So this one was a homemade by a friend. He forwarded the steering rack about 1 centimeter. So it helped a lot, but I still cannot use the full potential of the Just Engineering angle kit. Before, when I was running that kit on the first 300ZX, I was running a thick bump stop. Even with the 1 centimeter forward steering rack modification, homemade style, it was still not allowing me to reach the full potential of the Just Engineering angle kit. But I was still able to compete with it and it was still really fun. It still behaved well. For real, the driving of this is amazing. Since I installed the Just Engineering angle kit on the car, I've been driving a lot on the streets and do hard drifting. Nothing loose, it's really strong. The behavior of the car is so good on the streets. I love the 300ZX driving behavior, but with the Just Engineering, just make it so much better. Like the handling of the car is so good, and also as you can see, it's a more simplified style knuckle setup compared to the original Z32 or 32 knuckle system. You save almost half of the weight converting with Just Engineering front angle kit for the Z32 and R32. That give me over 74 degrees of angle steers, and also fixing the gas problem on the 300ZX, because 300ZX gas is like almost 11 degrees of gas, but the Just Engineering kit is like about 3 degrees of gas. And don't be afraid of the self-steer. It self-steers very well because they move like the bearing a little bit toward the rears. So the self-steers is really good on it despite super low cast. But yeah, I still want to run the kit at its full potential because my dream is still one day to go Formula D after the 1GP. And to get there, we get the Just Engineering forward steering rack kit. This will forward the rack about maybe almost 3 centimeters, if I'm not mistaken. It's forward really at the maximum. So here's the kit side by side. So this is a new cross member I didn't modify yet, and I will cut. I already cut the template because I was talking with Justin and asking questions on the process of the installation. So it's not really difficult. Just gotta cut the template and then mark the points of where you need to cut, which I will show right after how to do it correctly. Hard to tell just like that, but it feels like almost like 3 or almost 4 centimeter forward, but I think it's 3 centimeter. So as you can see, the rack here usually sit here, and then the rack will forward. Also, it's lower the rack a little bit. So basically, this kit, when it's installed, you'll notice this part is also much thicker. So this is roughly 3 centimeter, and then this one is roughly 1.5 centimeter roughly. So it doesn't only forward the rack, it's also lower the rack, which is actually what you want because most of the people run a little bit lower suspension than factory. So you're having like everything more straight in the front, and I think it's better. So to begin with, you just need to start by cutting your template. I already cut mine and do some testing to see how it's gonna go. And so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna just do the cutting. After that, I will show you how it looks like when it's done. So basically you start with the bottom face. This one will actually go this way. So you can trace your line. So actually it's better to print 2 sheets so you have double of the template, and then you can place it on each side so you know where to trace the line, which is going to be about here roughly. So after that you flip it on this side, you get your rear face, and this one will go here, and you will have to chop the bottom part on here and the side of here also. So this part and the center part will go. And then after that, you will have the top face. So to help you, you can actually chop this off because you will need to install this one here. And then you can again trace the line on the top so you can install the kit here. So I'll start the cutting and the measurement, and we'll see how it looks like after. Wow. Alright, so as you can see, it's pretty much all cut correctly, and if you get the kit installed in this position, you will see it's pretty much aligned. You need to make actually the holes a little bit bigger because I think the original bolts are like taper and they're like different size. So the new bolts need to be, the holes need to be a little bit bigger because the actual distance is a little bit different. So you make the holes a little bit bigger, and if you want to try to see if it's fit well, you can even be torquing the lower control arm bolts. There we go. So you can see the bolt is really flat to welded nuts, so the inner tie rod doesn't touch and have more clearance since the rack is really forward to the maximum, and so you have place to weld all around. So there's still some cleanup to do, so I will have to grind and buff and clean and prepare the surface before welding, because I will TIG weld, or maybe I might get the MIG, I'm not sure yet, but I want to practice with the TIG. So I'll fire up my beautiful brand new prime weld TIG 225. It's actually a welding machine I bought like almost 2 years ago, but I didn't have the chance to use it that much, so I can't wait to try it. So I'll practice on this. I think it's gonna be fun. So it's pretty crazy to see the distance. It's like around maybe 3 centimeters forward, and also you can see it's much lower. Also the plate is actually 1 centimeter lower, plus the thickness of the flange for the steering rack is also slimmer than this one, so maybe 1 or 2 centimeter lower, and maybe like about 3 centimeter forward about. So yeah, it's really really forward steering rack, and I think it's really good. So now we'll start doing cleaning and prep for welding. Okay, so I put back the cross member in its place, so I know it's gonna be like perfectly straight, and you know, because it can have some distortion when you install those kind of part. you know, the heat, and also the fact that I did bash a few spots of metal under to be sure that I have a tight seam, so it's really like almost no gap and more easy to weld. So just to be sure it's like perfectly straight before I do weld, so I will weld the upper part and do a few tack under, then I will finish it on the table. Alright, so I did a few tacks so I can remove the cross member and do a full weld. So I know it's gonna be straight and in the correct, won't have any distortion. You can rate in the comments my welding, but don't be too hard on me. It's maybe like my third time I'm doing TIG welding. I more did MIG welding before, so yeah, I cannot stack some nice time like this one. It's Just Engineering who did those TIG welding, and you can see it's clean and nice, but yeah, this is mine. But I think it's fine, you know. It's just like for holding, so I will continue like that for now, and we'll definitely need to have some more practice in the future. All right, the top is done. As you can see, it's beginner weldings. Like I said, maybe third time I'm doing TIG welding. I like it, it's fun for real, but I think here there's a spot is burned, and here too, but yeah, it's still fine, I think, for, you know, it's strong enough, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so it's done, it's completely weld. Of course it's not perfect, like I said, third time maybe I'm doing TIG welding, so I still have a lot to learn, but I think it's gonna do the job just fine to be strong enough to support the engine and the angle kit. So let me know in the comment what you think of my welds. Of course it's garbage as a beginner. Here I had a little bit of struggle because, you know, everything you clean very well. This part is still old metals, and maybe they can have some imperfection in the metal. Also, this side is really thinner than this one, which is more thick, so have to control the heat in the correct way. But I think I did just fine because I didn't blast any holes on the other side. Here I did some burning, that white stuff, I don't know, maybe I didn't cover correctly the argon gas. Let me know in the comment. It's always great to have some experienced guy tell me how to do better. So yeah, it's gonna be that's it for today's video. As you can see, it's getting late, and also I gotta thanks Primewell for getting me a good deal on the TIG welding machine. It's really a great machine, I really enjoy welding with that. And the next step obviously is gonna be to reinstall the cross member, reinstall the angle kit. As you can see, I have to reinstall everything, so I will reinstall the cross member, reinstall the angle kit. I have to also change the upper arm because Just Engineering did improvement in the upper arm that have like a little bit less camber, because I had like almost 8 degrees of camber. I thought it's a little bit too much. The Just Engineering angle kit of the 300ZX is really cool because, yeah, it's fixing the caster because the cast was like about 11 degrees, so it's a lot on the 300ZX. Now with the 3 degree of cast, when you fully steer, it's really good because you have a better tire patch contact. So yeah, I will reinstall everything. I will have to also reinstall the steering rack. Also, the other thing I will have to do next time is to extend the shaft. So Just Engineering actually have the sleeve to cut and extend the shaft of the steering wheel, but I forgot to request it when I ordered the kit. So I will actually just get one when I go back to Canada, visit my friend. I will go visit him and I will get the sleeve back here and I will cut and re-weld. Because at first I thought I'm gonna go with I think it's Powered by Max or like D-Max. They're offering like an extension I can add, but at this point, instead of spending like $100 on one when I can just cut and re-weld it for free, I think it's a better idea. So I will install that also. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the working process of doing the steering rack forward kit of Just Engineering. Honestly, I can't wait to try it on the drift track, because when I full steer with the car, it can lock, because the Just Engineering angle kit have like 74 degrees of steers, and it's a lot, so meaning like you're really like getting stuck at some point. So with this, I should be able to run the kit at its full potential and be able to fully steer without locking, because before I had to really use thick stoppers, and the previous cross member was forward by 1 centimeter, but this one is like almost 3 centimeter forward kit, and like it's also like a little bit lower, which is really better. So yeah, let me know in the comment what you think of the project, and until then, drive safely. See you next time. Ciao.